If you're watching this video, it's because the thumbnail has told you about an eBay hack that will pretty much certainly get your products in front of more eyeballs, and that means more sales for you. What is it? We're talking about the nuclear option. So what is the nuclear option, or more importantly, what items is the nuclear option best suited for? I've broken it down here. Primarily old listings will benefit the most from this. Now, generally listings that have been up for a month to 6 months, anywhere around that region, will have been stopped organically being presented to people to sell, for them to buy. So if it's not being shown to people, then they're not going to click it. If they're not going to click it, they're not going to buy it. The nuclear option might also be good for items that are mispriced. Maybe you priced them too high, and you maybe need to get a few comps. Maybe they were suitable at the price that you listed them for when you first listed them, but over time competitors have got in there, they've undercut you, and your items have stopped selling, theirs haven't. So mispriced items. And then finally, things with just generally a poor reach or click-through rate. So the reach is something that is measured by how often your listing is presented to people, whether that's through searches, whether that's through just general browsing, but that is your reach. The click-through rate is the percentage of how many times the people that see it click on it for more. Obviously, the big driver behind that is the image that you use for the listing and the title as well. If they're crap, they're not going to click the item. So it's important that those are good. Trying the nuclear option without adjusting things won't work for you. Here's why. And here's what indeed the nuclear option is. The nuclear option is ending an underperforming listing, going back to that listing that you've just ended, and then selling similar. When you relist it, sell similar, this kind of duplicate listing that you've created of your original item, that's where you need to tweak things. You can run the item title through ChatGPT and ask it to improve your listing. A more catchy title, something that will perform better under SEO, search engine optimization. So I mean, if people can Google words, pictures, things that they speak nowadays, and eBay listings will come up as part of their answers. So it's important that your item has the right keywords, the trigger words, that the search engine will look for and then present to people when they're looking for things. So how to do the nuclear option? We'll go through it together now, and I'll demonstrate it with one of my listings. So first, what you'll want to do is go into your seller hub, as I've done here. These are my items that I've got listed for sale. Then what you'll want to do is find the column that says views over the last 30 days. As you can see just here, if you click that, it'll sort it first into items that have been seen the least over the last 30 days, and these are your ideal candidates for the nuclear option. So if we go to the Robert Graham shirt here, I've got it listed for £25 with postage, so that takes it up to about £29 all in. It's promoted at 2% at the ad rate there, and I'm pretty sure it's under a discount as well. 20%. I've got a site-wide 20% on everything at the moment. So before we go to end this listing, I'm going to right-click it and then open a link in a new tab. And that's just going to sit up there, and we'll come back to that in a moment. But then we're going to select the item actions and then end the listing. Now the background for this item, it's so old. It's from when the office that I was using was downstairs, and that is the soundproof foam I had in the downstairs office. So that was about 9 months ago, maybe even longer. So this shirt's been up on my eBay for at least 6 to 9 months, somewhere along there. Let's end the listing, and poof, the listing is gone. We'll go back to that tab that we had before. At the top here, you've got sell a similar item. We're going to click that, and that should give us absolutely everything there is on that previous listing. what we can do on this main photo is edit it, and we've got an option down here which will automatically remove the background. Now in this case it will definitely make the shirt stand out a little bit better in the listing. We can also click that to touch it up automatically, and then we can save it. With that done, our new item picture looks like this. It's not lost in a red and black background anymore. I don't think I need to do anything with the other pictures. And as you can see here, this is the item title: Robert Graham, men's shirt, size UK medium, lilac purple, long sleeve, check trims. Okay, can we do better with that? Let's find out. Let's head over to ChatGPT. So up here you can see the original prompt I used for ChatGPT. I'm writing eBay listings and I need the item titles and descriptions that will maximize visibility when searched for and maximize click-through rate and conversion. So we want to maximize visibility or reach. That's the same thing, how many eyeballs the item is presented to in the first place. The click-through rate is how many times the item that was presented to people was actually clicked on, and then the conversion is how many times those people decided to buy the item. So as you can see, ChatGPT gave me lots of information here. Item titles: be specific and concise, include key attributes, avoid jargon, utilize all characters, all 80 characters, some examples of what it could be. And then with the item descriptions, start with a strong opening, include detailed specifications, use bullet points, add a call to action, incorporate keywords naturally. That all sounds like really, really good advice. Nice work, ChatGPT. So I said, okay, using the guide you've just written, create a title and description for each following prompt. And then all I need to do is input the title of the item that I've got already, whether that's from Amazon, whether that's one I've just written myself or what, and it will come up, as you can see, with an entire title that you can just copy and paste into eBay, and then a description that ticks all of those boxes. Get your item in front of eyeballs, and that's what you need. So if we go back to the Robert Graham shirt listing, copy the existing title that I've got, head back to ChatGPT, paste it into the text box at the bottom, and you will see there it's come up with a new title and description. Often if the title was fine, it won't change it. In this case, it seems like the title was almost there. So we'll copy that and we will pop that into, it's giving me too many letters. So if you can, always fill out as much additional detail as possible. In condition, I always put in excellent condition, if it suits, excellent condition from a pet and smoke-free home. It's important to put those because there's an expectation of a pet and smoke-free home. The garments won't come to people stinking. And then I used the AI description that eBay gave me. That's what this is at the moment. What I'm gonna do is head over to ChatGPT and use that one instead. Just paste over the top, making sure that everything is correct. Yeah, button up, tailored cut, excellent condition, fantastic. Now I'll buy it now price. I'm going to drop this. Maybe £25 is a little bit too expensive for the market at the moment, so I'm going to go £19.99. I'm going to keep the £3.99 postage policy. Usually I can get that out in a yodel, not always possible. Depending on where it goes in the UK, it'll have to go by Royal Mail, which is £3.25, and then there's the cost of the envelopes and the printer and all that sort of stuff. So £3.99 is my standard rate for bulky items. Now the listing ad rate 2%, I'm going to keep it at 2% for now. I'll give it maybe a week, see how many eyeballs end up looking at this item, and if it needs a little jump up, I'll put it to 3%, but that's probably my upper limit. I've toyed about with ad rates. I never go for the suggested ad rate. It's only ever 2 or 3%, and it's only ever 3% if the item is really struggling. 2% should be alright for, you know, what most people need. And then we list with displayed feeds, and that is your big red nuclear button to press, and hopefully this item will start going again. And eBay loves you doing this because it counts as a new listing. Now if you can get, say, 10 new listings a day, eBay is going to think you are an active seller, and it's going to push your stuff more, because the more it pushes, the more you sell, the more money eBay makes from your listing and from your final value fees. And And there we go. That is the nuclear button pressed on one item. It's taken me a little bit of a little bit longer than I would have liked, probably, but it shouldn't take more than 2 to 3 minutes once you get into the groove, getting your old items, tidy them up a little bit, and then relisting them as brand new listings. Do that for 10 items a day. If you've got 200 items, it'll keep everything fresh. It works. It's a hack. It's a cheat code for eBay. So do it, use it, and let me know. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this before and it's worked. Let me know if you tried it and you didn't really see much success. Ideally, if you keep the algorithm happy and you keep your seller status as good as it possibly can be, always above standard or better, then you're aiming to sell 1% of your daily inventory as a target. So if you've got 200 things listed, that's only 2 things sold a day. But if you've got big margins on your items, like you're selling designer clothes, that could be £100 a day. At the moment, I've got 213 listed items. I've got multiple quantities of the same item, so I've actually got 2,675 items for sale on my store. That's how many you can buy. So I'm aiming to get 26 sales per day. At the moment, it's anywhere between 10 and 25. So it's kind of working for me. I'm going to do the nuclear option on a few more things, and I'll report back to you as well. So let's all do it together. What I want for you is the same thing I want for myself, for us all to sell and make as much money as possible. So best of luck to you, best of luck to me, and thanks for watching.